one of the first things that occurred in the formation of this new Confederacy of Nations, the American colonies turned to states, turned to Confederacy, was that the revolutionary militia and the regular army, they received war bonds for their service. And these war bonds were going to mature at some random time in the future. They weren't guaranteed when these were going to mature. But all the veterans of the American Revolution were given these war bonds. And these were guaranteed by the new governments, basically by the federal government, you could say. The Articles of Confederation created, but it was guaranteed by the states, which upheld the federal government, right? So they had these war bonds, and all of a sudden there's Alexander Hamilton telling all of his buddies that the war bonds are going to mature soon. Who's Alexander Hamilton? Well, he's this guy who had no background in economic policy or no real basis in having financial control of anything, let alone a nation. And he was given the treasury under George Washington's first government. But before all that, he was working with the first central bank of the United States of America, which funded the revolution in the first place during the revolution. So in any case, I go too deep on some points here, and I apologize for that. But basically what's happening is that the war bonds were going to mature, and Alexander Hamilton goes to all of his buddies in Congress. He says, "Hey, the war bonds are maturing. You should buy as many as you can from these veterans as possible before they mature." So what they did is they created a campaign, and they went around and they convinced all these veterans, many veterans, to sell their war bonds to them at pennies on the dollar just before the war bonds would mature.